Does it make sense that a man simply strolling casually through an airport, without a stage, without a microphone, without any official announcement, could trigger a global frenzy that causes millions of people to pause for a moment, stare at their phone screens, and ask in disbelief, "What did we just witness?" This question is not hyperbole, nor is it dramatic seasoning without foundation. It is the most honest question to emerge when a 22-second video shows Jungkook, a member of BTS, walking through an airport terminal and within minutes, transforming social media timelines into an ocean of emotional reactions, heated debates, collective admiration, and even serious accusations touching on issues of privacy and fandom ethics. Everything began so simply that it almost seemed trivial. There was no press conference, no public schedule announced by the agency, no professional cameras ready to capture him from multiple angles. There was only a post on Platform X by a fan account named @Golden Card on Sunday, January 25th, a post that may initially have been intended as nothing more than a spontaneous expression of admiration. Yet, as with many moments in modern pop culture history, it was precisely this simplicity that became the trigger for a massive explosion. The video shows Jungkook walking through a terminal believed to be Incheon International Airport in South Korea. He is dressed in a predominantly black outfit that looks casual yet meticulously curated. A black bucket hat, a black and white leather jacket with a striking logo, black trousers, a backpack hanging effortlessly from his shoulders, and tall boots that project a strong, masculine, and effortless impression. But if it were only about clothing, the world would not have reacted this way. What made the moment feel almost cinematic was the contrast between his relaxed demeanor and the undeniable aura of a global star. Jungkook does nothing extraordinary. He does not wave at the camera. He does not stop to pose. He simply walks. Yet every step seems to carry a symbolic weight far beyond the physical space of the airport itself. This is the Jungkook paradox. The more ordinary he appears, the more extraordinary the impact becomes. In the video, Jungkook is seen passing a fast food counter marked "Quick Bites 4," with the large screen in the background displaying the word "Arena." He is accompanied by several staff members or security personnel, moving at an unhurried pace, seemingly unbothered by the fact that hundreds of thousands of eyes would be fixed on him just minutes later. Then a small moment occurs, almost imperceptible, easy to miss if not replayed. Jungkook slightly slips because of his boots. He does not fall. There is no drama. Yet it is precisely here that fans' emotions find their spark. In an instant, the moment is interpreted as cute, human, and relatable. A global superstar, so often idolized as a flawless figure, is seen making a small mistake that could happen to anyone. Reactions quickly pour in, unstoppable. In a short time, the video records more than 15,000 likes, around 3,000 reposts, and over 220,000 views. These numbers continue to rise, signaling that what is happening is not merely fleeting virality, but a digital social phenomenon. The caption accompanying the post reads, "WTF Jungkook looks so good. He is so cool." A simple sentence filled with raw emotion and unfiltered admiration. But like two sides of the same coin, admiration does not come alone. The comment section soon transforms into an intense discussion arena. Many armies, the name for BTS fans, freely pour out praise. Some highlight Jungkook's outfit, calling it a perfect representation of K-pop idol airport fashion trends. Others emphasize how real and approachable Jungkook feels in that moment, as if he were not a distant figure floating above fame, but someone who could be encountered in a public space. The account @Lilistitchy, for example, writes briefly yet meaningfully, "He's dressed so cool." A statement that appears light on the surface, but beneath it lies an acknowledgement of Jungkook's consistent aesthetic influence. However, amid the praise, sharper voices emerge. Some netizens question the origin of the video. Was it taken from an official public schedule? Did Jungkook know he was being filmed? Does this fall into the category of seiseing content, a term referring to obsessive fan stalking of idols? These questions are not empty speculation. The account @MacNava openly posts harsh criticism. "Now you post seiseing content? You all are insane. It's not even public schedule." This comment sparks a new wave of debate. shifting the focus from Jungkook as an individual to the broader issue of fandom ethics in the digital age. This is where the story becomes far more complex than a simple viral video. What initially appears to be a light moment turns into a large mirror reflecting the dynamics between idols, fans, and public space. On one hand, Jungkook is a public figure with a global fanbase eager for every glimpse of him. On the other hand, he remains a human being with a right to privacy, even when he is in a public place like an airport. The line between admiration and intrusion becomes blurred, and this video stands precisely in that gray area. Speculation then emerges, adding another layer of mystery that further captivates the public. Some netizens suspect the moment occurred as Jungkook was leaving a private party or personal event. A question from the account at goldenjade23, "Is this as he's leaving the party?" acts as a spark for collective imagination. Without official confirmation from HYBE, this informational void is filled with assumptions, theories, and competing narratives. The uncertainty only strengthens the story's appeal, as humans are naturally drawn to what is not fully revealed. Do you understand why a single airport video can trigger global frenzy? We must look at the broader context. Jungkook is not just a boy band member. He is the Golden Magne, a nickname earned through his all-around abilities and nearly universal charisma. Since the release of his solo debut album, Golden, in 2023, Jungkook has proven himself as a solo artist with immense global appeal. At a time when BTS, as a group, is focused on individual activities during the post-military period of other members, every appearance by Jungkook feels like a signal, a clue, or even an unspoken promise about the future. So when Jungkook appears at an airport without any announcement, the public does not see it as an ordinary event. They see it as a fragment of a much larger narrative. Is this a sign of a new project? Is it merely a personal trip? Or is it part of an unintentional strategy, where the absence of official information creates far greater buzz than any promotional campaign ever could? These questions linger in the air, thickening the atmosphere of mystery that surrounds the video. If a single video can hold millions of people spellbound, then the next question becomes unavoidable. Why do reactions to Jungkook always feel excessive, even when he does nothing more than walk? This question is not merely rhetorical. It is a gateway to a deeper understanding of modern pop culture phenomena, where the boundary between idol and social symbol grows increasingly blurred. This airport video is not only about Jungkook, it is about how the world reacts to Jungkook, and why those reactions so often exceed the limits of rational logic. In the age of algorithms, attention is the most valuable currency. Yet not every public figure is capable of generating attention organically. Many artists rely on large-scale marketing strategies, layered teasers, and carefully planned campaigns just to become a topic of conversation. Jungkook, by contrast, appears to defy this rule. He appears and attention flows on its own. This phenomenon raises an intriguing academic paradox. Is Jungkook's popularity constructed by the entertainment industry system, or is the industry now adjusting itself to the personal gravity he possesses? Pop culture observers often describe Jungkook as a perfect example of an effective celebrity, a public figure admired not only for achievements, but for the ability to build emotional bonds across cultures. In the airport video, this bond is clearly visible. When Jungkook slightly slips, fans' reactions are not filled with mockery, but with empathy and warmth. Many write that the moment made them smile, feel touched, or even want to protect him. This is not a response to a spectacular act, but to a small unintentional display of vulnerability. However, beneath these positive emotions lies a layer of tension that cannot be ignored. Accusations of sexting content open a far more serious discussion. Can mass admiration justify violations of privacy? Does public figure status automatically erase a person's right to move without surveillance? These questions grow increasingly relevant in an era where every phone is a camera, and every moment can become viral content. Interestingly, this debate does not occur only between fans and non-fans, but also within the fandom itself. Some armies defend the post by arguing that airports are public spaces, and that Jungkook has long been accustomed to constant attention. Others insist that not all public spaces are free to be filmed, especially when no official schedule has been announced. This divide reflects both the maturity and complexity of the BTS fandom, which is no longer homogeneous, but capable of critiquing itself. The absence of an official statement from HYBE only complicates and simultaneously enriches the discussion. In the entertainment world, silence is often louder than clarification. Without confirmation, the public is free to interpret. Some see it as proof that the agency considers the incident trivial. Others view the silence as a strategy, allowing the buzz to grow organically without intervention. Whatever the interpretation, one thing is clear. The lack of an official narrative allows alternative narratives to flourish. Speculation about Jungkook's activities before or after the airport moment further extends the lifespan of the viral video. The assumption that he may have just left a private event or exclusive party adds a layer of mystery that is hard to resist. Humans are naturally drawn to what is hidden, and in this case, the shadow of Jungkook's private life becomes a powerful magnet. Yet this is precisely where ethical boundaries are tested again. How far does the public have the right to speculate about someone's life simply because they are famous? Historically, airports have long functioned as unofficial stages for K-pop idols. Many agencies even capitalize on these moments as fashion showcases, aware that airport photos often become media consumption. The crucial difference lies in context. When schedules are announced and media are invited, the spotlight becomes part of an unspoken agreement. In Jungkook's recent case, the lack of contextual clarity makes everything feel more sensitive. Is this part of a professional routine, or a personal moment inadvertently exposed? Herein lies both the strength and vulnerability of Jungkook as a global icon. His popularity is so immense that every movement is read as a message. Every appearance, intentional or not, is considered meaningful. This creates pressure that is nearly invisible, yet profoundly real. Jungkook carries not only himself but also the expectations of millions, industry narratives, and projections of collective emotion. For some fans, this video serves as a reminder of why they fell in love with Jungkook in the first place. Not because of perfection, but because of the balance between professionalism and humanity. For others, it acts as an alarm, highlighting how easily privacy boundaries can be crossed in the name of admiration. These two perspectives collide, creating an intense dialogue that is, in many ways, necessary. Then, after all the digital frenzy has unfolded, one final question emerges, quieter than the rest, yet perhaps the most unsettling of all. What if none of this is really about the video, not about the airport, and not even solely about Jungkook, but about all of us? About the way the modern world responds to fame, about how fragile the boundary is between admiration and intrusion, and about how a single figure can become a projection screen for collective global emotion as timelines begin to slow and algorithms gradually shift to other topics. The trace of Jungkook's airport video does not truly disappear. It remains as an emotional archive, proof that in the digital era, even the smallest moment can become a major event when it involves a figure with extraordinary symbolic pull. Jungkook does not speak. He does not clarify. He does not defend himself or reprimand anyone. His silence becomes the most powerful element in this narrative. In a world saturated with opinions, Jungkook's quiet feels almost subversive. That silence forces the public to fill the empty space with reflection. Some fans begin to question themselves. Has their curiosity crossed a line? Has the need to see and know blurred their sense of empathy? On the other hand, there are those who feel the backlash against the video is excessive, arguing that Jungkook has long lived under the spotlight and is capable of managing it. These two perspectives continue to collide, yet both originate from the same point: an acknowledgement of Jungkook's immense influence and a broader context. This incident reinforces Jungkook's position as a cultural phenomenon rather than merely an entertainment artist. He represents a new generation of celebrities where authenticity, or at least the perception of authenticity, has become the highest value. The airport video is unpolished, unprofessionally edited, and not designed for promotion. Precisely because of this, it feels real, and that sense of reality is what many people seek in an increasingly artificial world. Interestingly, the continued absence of official confirmation from HYBE can itself be read as a statement. In an industry that usually moves quickly to control narratives, choosing silence can mean many things. Perhaps it is an acknowledgement that not everything needs to be explained. Or perhaps it is a sign of trust that the public will, ultimately, interpret the situation with growing maturity. Whatever the reason, this institutional silence creates space for discussion that is more organic and, in some cases, more honest. For Jungkook himself, this moment adds another chapter to the long story of how the world perceives him. He remains the golden magne, still a global icon, yet increasingly viewed as an individual who carries emotional complexity. He is no longer seen solely through musical achievements or sales records, but through how his very presence, even in its simplest form, can trigger social reflection. This is both a burden and a strength, one that few artists ever possess. Gradually, the discussion surrounding this video shifts from sensation to contemplation. What does it mean to be a responsible fan? How can one enjoy emotional closeness to an idol without crossing boundaries? These questions have no single answer, but their very existence signals an important shift in fandom culture. Jungkook, perhaps unintentionally, has sparked a more mature dialogue, and in the end, when we return to the headline that first provoked curiosity, just walking through an airport, yet Jungkook drives the internet crazy, what just happened? The answer turns out to be anything but simple. What happened was not merely virality. What happened was the convergence of individual charisma, algorithmic power, collective emotion, and the ethical dilemmas of the modern age. What happened is a reminder that behind every short video lies a far deeper layer of meaning. Yet even after all of these reflections emerge, one fact remains undeniable and increasingly unsettling. The Jungkook airport phenomenon is not truly over. It has merely changed form, from timeline frenzy to quiet whispers that linger in public consciousness. From a viral video to a concrete example of how modern fame operates beyond anyone's full control. Jungkook did not plan this moment, fans never agreed on its meaning, and the agency chose silence. Yet it is precisely from this void that its explosive power was born. To this point, Jungkook is no longer simply a figure walking through an airport, but a symbol of how a single individual can become the center of a global emotional vortex through mere presence alone. There is no script, no official narrative, yet the world continues to construct its own story. Perhaps this is the new form of 21st century fame, where complete control is impossible and every step, no matter how small, holds the potential to become a digital historical event.